What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Daisy, aka the Brandfluencer, and I'm here with tea today. I'm a bit sniffly, so excuse any sniffles during the video. I've got a bit of a blocked nose and I hate a blocked nose. But anyway, let's not focus on that. So we're talking about habits that are keeping you poor, or a better way of putting it is that it is preventing you from achieving your financial goals. And these are habits that we have all fallen into at some point in our lives, but we don't acknowledge the negative effect it truly has on our finances. So the first habit we probably don't realize is associating ourselves with the wrong people. Now there's a saying that you are the average of the people you spend the most time with. So basically, if you're surrounding yourself with people that have no ambition in life and are not trying to better themselves, then chances are they are pulling you down to their level. Now this is not always the case before people get triggered, but the likelihood is very high, because realistically the people we spend the most time with will influence us subconsciously. If you want success in life, then you need to associate yourself with people that also have this ambition. For example, being a student. Let's say you're at uni to get a first-class degree, but all of your friends went to uni for the sake of going and are just all about the uni life, partying and going out. Now do you see how the two don't connect? It's going to be very hard to balance your lifestyle and have that social side where people really want to go out, spend money, don't care about studying, but you actually care about those things. It's going to be very difficult for you. Whereas if you have a group of friends that also have the same goal of getting a good degree and want to study, then you guys can study together, you have the balance, you have the motivation, and it works out. Now I appreciate it's difficult to find people of similar goals to you, especially if you've just realized that the people you're currently associating yourself with is not on the same wavelength as you. But the first step is you acknowledging this habit and how it's affecting you, and that you're going to be acting on it. Now we're actually extremely lucky to be in an era where social media is so big and important, because you can literally meet anyone and everyone across the world. There's a saying that your network is your net worth, and it's so true. Imagine being connected to someone like Bill Gates. Could you imagine how many opportunities that could open up for you? Knowing the right people makes your financial journey to success a lot easier. Just gonna take a quick sip. Now habit number 2 is common for everyone, including myself, and this is not valuing your time as if it is the most valuable asset you have. Money is an important asset, but it's not the most valuable. If you're working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, yes, you're on that grind and getting loads of money, but where is your time? You don't have time to appreciate or spend that money. I personally find it a bit pointless to be working all those hours but not having any free time to yourself and just not enjoying life. Time is our greatest asset because it's the one thing we can't recuperate. Once time has flown by, you can't get it back again. Whereas when it comes to money, you know eventually you're gonna get that money back. We all have 24 hours in a day. We can't stop time. So you should be thinking about what you're doing with that time every single day. Now, unfortunately, statistics show that the average person spends 3 to 5 hours on their phone every single day. Now let's just all take a step back and actually think about how much time we spend scrolling through social media. Now I actually came across this term called the social media vortex, and I feel like it's a perfect representation of how social media sucks us in. Half an hour goes by and time has been wasted. And let's not even talk about Netflix, because once you start binge watching on a show, I guarantee you've probably spent 6 hours of your day just sat watching Netflix. And what's worse is that we don't even realize it. Now I'm not here to tell you to stop completely going on social media or watching Netflix, because there's nothing wrong with a bit of entertainment, but make sure you have limits to this. If you want to succeed financially, then you need to acknowledge where your time is going and how you're spending it. Are you using it to your advantage to achieve success in life, to help you in the future? Your general aim should be to educate yourself more than entertain yourself, and you watching this video means you're actually on the right track. So now on to our next habit, which is especially applicable to me, is using money to de-stress. Now that might sound a bit weird, but what I mean by this is there are times where we might be a bit upset or a bit stressed out and we end up scrolling through online shopping. And when we see something we kind of like, we buy it because we feel like let me treat myself. Now, I feel like this is especially true for us females. Not sure if guys do it, but if you do, please acknowledge this habit. So in this situation, we basically end up spending to make ourselves feel a bit better. It kind of gives you a little temporary high because you've basically gone and bought something and now you're a bit excited for it and you've forgotten about what you were maybe upset about or a bit stressed out about. But we need to get out of this cycle of rewarding ourselves through purchasing things. Now, what I've started to implement, which you should consider doing if this is a habit you definitely have, is to have a 24-hour buffer. So when you have this impulse that you want to buy something in that moment, just stop and give yourself a 24-hour buffer. Put it in your basket if you wish, but leave it there for 24 hours and see how you feel the next day and see if you actually genuinely want it. So give it a try and let me know how it works out for you. My nose. My nose is so blocked right now that I'm breathing through my mouth while I was talking. It's so bad. On to our final habit, which is also very common. I feel like I've repeated myself saying that so many times, but this one is not setting financial goals or just goals in general. Now, I know I've said this a couple times in a few of my videos, but I can't emphasize how important this is. Now, what I mean by goals is yearly goals, monthly goals, and even weekly goals. So your weekly goals help contribute towards your monthly goals, and your monthly goals help contribute towards your yearly goals. Because just having yearly goals is not specific enough for you to be able to achieve. Now, we all set goals at some point, and we especially do this when it comes to our New Year resolutions. But when it comes to New Year resolutions, everyone ends up kind of fizzling out. If you stick to it, well done. But we often end up fizzling out after a month or two just because they're not specific enough. To achieve certain goals in a whole year is too generic. We need to set monthly to weekly goals in order for it to work. For example, the most common New Year's resolution is getting fit and going to the gym. Now, generically, the goal is to go gym and lose weight or get fit. So let's forget about that yearly goal and let's split them into monthly to weekly ones. So let's say weekly, you getting fit would be you doing 10 push-ups in the first week of January and then pushing it on to 20 push-ups in the second week and so on. Because this is so specific and is a lot more attainable than you just generally saying I want to be fit this year, because of it being a lot more specific and a goal that you're constantly changing and constantly thinking about, you're more likely to achieve it. And with this example I've just given, it shows how key it is to not have generic goals but measurable goals. Goals that are not measurable are very difficult to achieve, as you can't see how close or how far you are to achieving that goal. And that's basically it. If you found this video useful, please make sure you drop a like and maybe hit that subscribe button and comment down below what you thought. Do you have any of these habits, or are there any that I've probably missed? And please make sure you share this video with someone that might also find it beneficial, as we're all about achieving our financial goals this year. Thank you again for all the love and support. Until next time.